A Year with God, Day 57. The reading for Day 57 is out of Psalms chapter 1 through 3, and it kind of continues on with the theme from Day 56. In Day 57, it's the commentary reading is talking about, what do you give your attention to? What do you immerse yourself in? What do you dwell on? What do you allow yourself to think about? What do you meditate on? Because those are the things that influence how we think. What we focus on begins to dominate our thinking, and it forms the way we think. And so that was kind of the thrust of the commentary reading. They had a quote from Dallas Willard in The Divine Conspiracy that they shared, and I want to share a little bit of it. He's talking about learning to recognize who has taught us. He says it's one of the major transitions in life to recognize who has taught us, mastered us, and then to evaluate the results in us of their teaching. And I think that's one of the really interesting challenges when you think about, who is it that I listen to, who are the people I listen to, who are the influences that I listen to, what are the things I meditate on, what are the things I dwell on. It's very easy to look at some of those things, but that follow-up question there I think is really challenging and very, very telling is what is the result of those things? I think very often it's easy for us to decide what we think is right and to focus on those things that we think are right, but never to take that follow-up step and say, okay, what kind of result has this produced in me? If it's really right, is this the result that I would expect? Have I accepted this intellectually but not really relied on it? Or maybe it's not. If I don't like where I am in life, maybe I don't like who I've become, maybe the things that I focused on aren't as right as I thought they were. And I think that's the big question, because ultimately spiritual formation is not about what we know, but about who we are, our character that's formed within us. And I think that's the true test of any spiritual discipline, any spiritual practice, of any teaching, of any belief, is, does this help form me into the image of Christ? So, those are my thoughts on Day 57.